What is up, everybody at Florida Moto Talk? So, yesterday I was gonna film kind of a crappy vlog on my first impressions of the new Monster 1100S. I bought a crappy mic and everything to try to record my audio with the bike's audio. But I never got that far because the clutch started slipping and the bike became basically unrideable. I went to my mom's, parked it because I happened to be nearby. As it cooled down, I got some clutch function back, but it was immediately apparent that I still had a problem. So I rode it straight home. Been doing some digging around. I think I know what the problem is now. So walking the dog right now to my little workshop, and we'll see if I can figure this out. Okay, so through doing some digging, it appeared that what the issue was going to be was this piston that's going into the clutch master cylinder. I thought I probably didn't have any free play here, but I do have a little bit, and the thing to look for is the fluid level rising as I play with that free play. And it does. So I'm gonna mess with that little push rod a little bit, see if it changes how much fluid comes up and down. The thought was that the fluid was getting trapped in the system and the fluid down by the clutch wasn't getting mixed in with the fluid in the reservoir and was overheating and expanding and then causing the clutch to slip and to slip more and more as it gets hotter and hotter. So I'm gonna fiddle with this for a minute, see if I notice anything different, and then I guess it'll be time to go down to the clutch itself. I am a little worried that after riding for like, I don't know, 10-15 miles or whatever with the clutch in a permanent state of slip, that I may have damaged some of the plates or the steels down here. So probably have to pull that off and look as well. The issue is, I should be focused on this bike right now. I'm going to Jennings May 4th, 5th, and 6th to go play with the boys at Precision Track Days, the new organization, and then on the 6th, it's a day with Ducati of Tampa, where I'm apparently going to get a lead follow session with PJ Jacobson. So if I don't break into the high 120s with that, then I'm hopeless. So I still haven't really had any time to test the Dunlop tires. Those are brand new. Kind of wobbled around that one session I had because I'm still used to riding on the street where you got to take it easy with fresh tires. But I have chain adjusters, rear sets, tank grip pad thingy McJiggers, and I still have to rebuild the entire exhaust system after the blow up because I didn't have any new gaskets. So I have all the new gaskets now. So I'm thinking because I kind of want to get this Monster sorted out, I may end up skipping the rear sets this time around. What that'll let me do is, or maybe I'll put them on, but not switch the bike to GP shift yet. Once I get the Monster sorted out, I'll switch that to GP, because I can do that. And then that'll give me some time to practice on the street before just rolling out onto a hot track, trying to ride GP shift for the first time ever. So yeah, I've got a little too much that I'm trying to do, so I'm going to figure out how to make it all happen, but I'll keep it simple stupid with the clutch here, and go from there. And Suzuki is just napping in the shade, carefree, because she's a dog.
Okay, this is going to work. Audio sync, now. Alright, so I'm going to get straight into this, because I don't know how long this mic lasts. I don't know if it's going to work at all. So the video battery died on the GoPro as I was starting to lose my mind trying to figure out this clutch. So far it feels okay, but before the problem only developed when it got hot. So my mom is out of town. I've been taking care of her plants and bird feeders. So as much as I hate riding in this town at all on a weekday, but especially mid-afternoon, I figure in this heat gives me an opportunity to see if this clutch is sorted out or not. So, this bike back to what I was hoping to do the other day. I put a few miles on this thing now, and all I can say is it is freaking fantastic. Come on, pal, you can do it. Anyway, this most flickable, the easiest thing to adjust to from grip that I have ever ridden. When I bought, my first bike was a GS 500F, and then, you're learning to ride, so everything feels weird. And then when I got an SG650, it felt the S model, it felt so aggressive and, lean forward, and there was a little bit of adjustment to that. Not even just as far as riding it, but learning how to sit on it comfortably. Then I had another SU, and then a CBR 954, which was just kind of like the SV, but more aggressive. That didn't take too much adjusting to. Then I got a V-Strom, and that was like a totally different story. That was my first more upright type bike. And that one really took me a minute to get my head around. This thing, as soon as I sat on it, there was maybe a half second of, oh man, I'm really high up. And since then, I've just been in love. As far as like town riding and stuff, it's got more than enough power to get yourself out of trouble, and to have some fun. It is so steerable. Like your 90-degree turns onto a side street and stuff like that. It just you just think about it and it happens. You don't actually really have to do anything. Kind of zipping through traffic. No problems there. So I still have some RPMs. Yeah, so far, this thing has been absolutely brilliant, other than whatever issue I'm having with the clutch, which is hopefully resolved at this point. So there's a push rod in the leather that if it is out of adjustment, it does not allow fluid back into the reservoir. And if you're not cycling the fluid, then the fluid that's trapped down by the clutch is getting too hot. So I backed that all the way out, and everything seems to be doing what it's supposed to be doing visually. I also, because the bike was slipping the clutch for like 15 miles yesterday, I also took the plates out, checked everything there. I don't know, like calipers, like this garbage or what, but I was really struggling trying to get the stack height right. I got it to where I thought it was good. And the clutch was making all the right noises but wouldn't engage. And I remembered having a similar issue on my 749 when I put the slipper clutch in, so I basically took half the pack back out, slapped an extra steel in the middle, and now everything feels amazing. So, I'm not sure if I fixed it, or if I've just stumbled upon some random fluke that's making it feel better for the time being. But again, that's why we're out here testing it to see if it gets hot. Anyway, I should be packing for a little business trip I leave on tonight. But well enough to get me back home. Because, I really don't feel like going and getting the trailer at this point. So I bought this thing to be my in-between track days stress reliever. I thought the timing was all perfect. I got this big training class coming up. I'm gonna get to ride my new bike on Sunday, totally zen myself out, relax today, maybe do a little work on the 749 to get ready for my track days in May. And then, of course, none of that panned out, and I was more stressed than ever. So I pushed the 749 aside because technically, other than the safety wiring, I can still ride it as it is in May. And just started with this today, and it took way longer than expected. So the hope is this test ride goes well, and at least then I can go to Tampa without being worried about the damn bike. The only thing I feel with this so far is the front end is flighty. Now, I am coming from purely track riding, and the 749, where I have all the weight on the front, and it's a longer wheelbase. Also, this bike's a little overspun for me. The previous owner weighed about 60 pounds more than I did. And I haven't touched anything yet on the suspension. But when you're giving her some beans, that front end twists around. It's not really unnerving, considering I've never had a bike that does that before. I don't feel uncomfortable, but I know down the road end up putting a steering damper on the front of this. First things first, it's going to be pipes though. This thing looks and sounds dirty with pipes. This is, of course, assuming I have the clutch issue figured out. And then we'll do some foot pegs. I was looking, and the Woodcraft rear sets really jacked up the position. And I'm a tall guy. I'm pretty comfortable on this bike the way it is. I think if I were to do that, I think it's like 2.5 inches up, and then a little bit forward too. They say for taller riders to put some more foam on the seat, yada yada. I like this seat. I'm not messing with it. So Sato makes rear sets that it looks like I can keep in just about the same position. So clean up the appearance of the bike with that, then maybe the steering damper, and then I think I'm done. I think I just ride this thing and enjoy it. And once its little issues or growing pains or whatever it has with its new owner are resolved, I think she's going to be sweet. Now pickup truck waved me by the way. So we're nearing the end of our little adventure. I don't know if any of this worked. More importantly, I don't know if anyone gives a shit about what I have to say if you can hear me. But, we're all about trying new things at Florida Moto Talk. And, we'll see if this worked or not. Or if I'm just going to go ahead and return this mic and everything, because it was kind of expensive. And it's cheap crap compared to what I could have got, so we'll see. I'm not sure I want to invest any more than this in it. So